You've had like thousands of men you've coached over the years. And do you see patterns in men who
Yeah.
change quickly and men who stay stuck? Like
Yeah.
different patterns?
Yeah, the patterns are real simple. Those who use speed of implementation and suspension of disbelief. It's not IQ. It's not IQ and it's not money. It's speed of implementation and suspension of disbelief. I find I have a lot of entrepreneurs. The people who work technical jobs have a little harder time with because there's a lot of suspension of disbelief, right? It's very difficult to suspend disbelief. So whenever I have an accountant or a doctor, they tend to have a little bit harder time following the directions. When I have an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur, and he, any of you are entrepreneurs, you're just diving into the abyss all the time. You don't know what's going to happen. And so those guys are easier to suspend disbelief. And they also know with the changing pace of business, they always have to take massive action extremely quickly. So the entrepreneurial type tends to do very well in the course, whereas the analytical type, I have to kind of beat it out of them. Now here's generally where the majority of conflict comes in my program is the man who is successful because he uses logic, reason, accountability, deduction in order to solve problems in his business. And because he's gotten so good at that, he's a multimillionaire. Okay, so he's gotten really good. But when he solves a problem, he uses problem-solving skills to solve problems that make him more money. And he's become adept at that. He's 10 out of 10 at that skill set, using problem solving to make money. Now he comes into a dating or relationship segment. He's dealing with women who are addicted to their phone, who wear a bunch of filters. They're wearing push-up bras and they're wearing corsets that make them look like they're catfishing you. Basically, they have unrealistic, unbelievable expectations on what their relationship is supposed to look like. Just see The Wizard Liz if you want to know what I'm talking about. Just ridiculous, unrealistic beliefs on how relationships are supposed to work. And so this guy, he doesn't have the technology to like know how to deal with this. And remember, he's an accountant. He's a research scientist. He's a guy who he's made a lot of money because he was an attorney. He's an immigration attorney, something like that. I have a lot of pilots in my program, right? Pilots are also, being a great pilot is also always about problem solving. So he's this guy is taking his problem solving skill set, he's bringing it into the intersexual dynamic space, and he's just getting destroyed. And women are taking advantage of him. He doesn't understand why. He's becoming more and more frustrated. Everything he seems to do is wrong. He only seems to attract women who have mental disorders or after him for his money, or prostitutes or girls on OnlyFans or what. Like that's all he's able to attract. And he becomes more and more frustrated because he's like, the mechanisms he used to make money in his business are not the same mechanisms that he uses to attract women. When I am trying to make money, like for instance, you and I, we're doing a podcast right now. It solves a problem for both of us. You have guests that you want to put on your podcast. I want to expand the reach of my program. So we're solving problems. There's a synergy to us solving problems whenever we do those things. So generally, whenever I speak to other entrepreneurs, it's the language of problem solving. That's the only language we're speaking. When I speak to women, I'm projecting a feeling. It's not the art of problem solving. When I'm talking to women, I'm projecting a feeling. When I project that feeling in her, if the feeling is comfortable and good enough, if you've ever had a woman had insane, genuine desire for you, that's where that comes from. It's because you're projecting a feeling in her. And if you've ever had a woman leave you out of nowhere, it's because you stopped projecting that feeling in her. That's what it is. It's not the same language. It's not the language of problem solving. And so learning the distinction between the two is where the difficulty comes. And so that's generally what I help a lot of guys with.